All right, everybody, welcome to session 73 of Descent into Fernia. Who would like to give the recap?
I can start, but my notes kind of trail off. We spent a lot of time trying to get through the forest.
Okay, yeah. I feel that as a forest. I remember the end. I don't remember the beginning.
Yeah. We knew the direction of Feanor's crypt, and we knew it was through this forest of metal trees. um, but the trees they were they were very sharp, and it was dense. They were 3 to 4 stories high, and they had kind of sprawling canopies. Uh, and the branches had small creatures impaled on them. Trebek and Melodia flew above the forest to try to get a bird's eye view, but they can only see 3 or 4 miles because of the ash and the haze in the air. But it was difficult. They couldn't see the end of the forest, so it was difficult to tell how big it really was. Just that it was more than 3 or 4 miles, at least that long, or that large in either direction. We spent some time testing the various weapons we had. I think we made effective use of the bile sprayer. We doused lots of trees in acid. It it took a while. I think we did a test run and saw that it for a quick spray, and it weakened it, but then after just dousing them with acid for 10 minutes, it really just that's what cleared the path. There was a lot of talk about whether we drive around or continue to just stop and spray trees in a cone for every 10 minutes or so.
And we chose incorrectly.
Yeah, I think we spent hours, and we got maybe a quarter mile at most, or maybe a couple 100 feet.
We're 5 hours in. We're 5 hours in, so it's I think it's a half a mile.
Yeah, except that we were actually 80 feet in tops after those 5 hours. And we were once we figured out the acid thing, we were on a pace where it would be about 15 hours per mile to get through the forest.
I think we had down to 10.
I only remember getting to 15, and that was after we used the acid. And then the entire floor of the forest gave way, and we plummeted into a sinkhole. So now the demon grinder's at the bottom of a sinkhole. The demon grinder weighs 15,000 pounds, so there's no way to get it out of the sinkhole, unless there's a ramp that we can jump it. So, I think we climb out and go on foot from here.
Yeah.
And then the whole bunch of creatures surrounded us, and I believe that's where we ended.
Yep. So let's
it feels very fitting that we're like, you know what, this acid is working. We'll just blow open a sinkhole.
Yeah, so a couple of creatures each struck the demon grinder in turn. Nay. God damn it, it's still that. I didn't do it right. And this is what they look like. And who's driving the vehicle?
The branded one usually drives.
Yeah, I was probably driving. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the branded one was driving. We crashed, and then I scampered up on top of the roof, and then
That's right.
You sent me a message that's saying like you have basically 2 seconds, basically, and then you're like, and then boom, we got attacked, and that's where we stopped.
Yeah.
Because there's, I believe, I know at least Blade, myself, and I don't know who's actually on the roof, but I made it up to the roof. I think Branded one was going up to the roof, but I'm not sure where Lux is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was still in the vehicle. I was not eager to go outside and find out what
Except
horror awaits.
that did remind me that I don't think the Demon Grinder was level, because I remember
Right.
having to
Yeah.
climb backwards up to the roof. So
Yeah.
we're basically like pointed nose down.
And I think that there was also the Branded one took a nasty gash on his head from the impact of the sinkhole. Nothing that did any kind of actual HP or statistical damage, but that is another thing that I think I recall from the session. But so the Demon Grinder, because it's immobile right now in the sinkhole, it is going to not get a saving throw against the deadly charge ability of these things. So each of them do this much damage to the Demon Grinder itself. So the Demon Grinder's stats, it has a damage threshold of 10, so it ignores the first 10 damage. And then it has a mishap threshold of 20. So it only takes 16 damage from the first strike. The second strike does 27 damage. So there's a potential for a mishap. Um, so Kurt, since the Branded one is driving, go ahead and roll D20. Okay. So as the second creature strikes the Demon Grinder, uh something there's a minor explosion that happens, and the infernal furnace begins blowing hot steam into the cabin. And it has ruptured. So that may have some effect on the Demon Grinder's ability to perform, but it's also going to have a very significant effect inside the Demon Grinder, as that steam is superheated and will be turning the inside of the Demon Grinder into an oven.
Finally, it'll warm up in here.
So with
does
that,
that just mean that like the Demon Grinder is now the same temperature as outside, so it's just equalized?
uh, for now, it is starting to feel warmer, but it is going to go up even hotter because outside temperatures maybe like anywhere from 120 on a nice day to like 140, 150 um
Fahrenheit or
Fahrenheit.
Celsius?
Yeah. So incredibly uncomfortable and dangerous for long periods of times, but not immediately lethal. But the steam that is coming from the furnace is going to quickly surpass that within the vehicle. So yeah, everybody, well, wait, don't roll initiative yet. Let me make sure that the initiative tracker is cleared.
I don't even see my token, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
let me put the tokens out. All right. So you guys can move your tokens wherever. And then
Yeah, Blade would be. Well, he would have been on top of the demon grinder, and so like it's not. It's what position is it in? Like, is there still like a way to stand on top, or is it like
yeah, I mean, it's the incline is certainly uncomfortable and it makes it difficult. You may need to lean on one of the weapons. Uh, I think there is also a small railing that may surround the top of the demon grinder just to make it a little bit more safe for those riding on top of it. So there are definitely ways that you could stand still with on the demon grinder.
okay?
And the last time we did the saving throws for those that were on top, and I think that everybody succeeded, so everybody was able to remain on top of the vehicle. Nobody had fallen.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So
I still want to hear more about I want to learn the story of the engineer who saw the demon grinder in Fernia and it's like, we need a little safety railing around here so that nobody falls.
OSHA approved safety rating.
Even the Death Star didn't get safety railings, and that was probably made by actual engineers.
I'm sorry, 1 second, guys.
Well, as long as the rust monsters go last. Nice.
All right, looks like Maddox is going to join us for a bit. Maddox, you want to roll initiative on these monsters?
Is she going to be rust monster A or B?
Definitely A.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Nice. We get to go first.
All right. So, given that everybody is going before the monsters, um, you guys can just pick your order, whatever order you want to go in. You can discuss amongst yourselves who will go first or how you want to handle that.
All right, and are the monsters, are they like on the pretty much on the demon grinder right now? Like, are they charged hits, like pretty much face butted up against it right now?
Yeah, so what it looked like as they charged forward, and you notice that they were able to have some kind of supernatural grace that allowed them to cross the terrain as efficiently as they did. Um, those front uh arms, they at the moment before impact, they brought them in to and lowered their head beneath them to protect their head and used their essentially their forearms as the battering rams. And once they made impact, they kind of bounced off a couple of feet and they have unfolded those arms and they look as if they're poised to start stabbing things with them.
Okay.
Blade doesn't see any reason why at least one of these shouldn't be doused with the bile sprayer. It's worked so well thus far. Like, at worst, we could open up another sinkhole in the sinkhole.
Yeah.
So from what I get, I think like the vehicle is like this right now. So I don't know what kind of axis. I don't know if you have a full range on the turrets or not. But if you do, then yeah, I don't see why not.
So it's more like the angle is more like this. That's my microphone. And but that is a good point, especially given the positioning of the weapons. It may be difficult to actually aim them in a way that is um very precise. You might be able to do it, but you may not fully anticipate how the stream of bile will flow given the angle of attack and kind of how well you can maneuver it to where you want it to go.
Does that mechanically translate into disadvantage?
More like it mechanically translates to you may catch, oh, bless you. You may catch unanticipated targets in the path.
Okay.
And last question, this cliff to the north, how much higher is that going up than where we currently are?
This right here.
Yeah.
So the cliff is actually even with the ground. It's yeah, so it's meant to kind of more represent the sinkhole.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, it's not like it's a raised thing because I don't imagine you would have tried like moving the demon grinder into a wall.
Yeah, okay. All right, want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have a burning desire to go first?
Really?
Okay, well, I will take a shot at the southwest one. That one.
Okay. All right, that's a miss. That is a hit. Also, are you using arrows or are you producing arrows?
I'm using the arrows I still have from the never-ending quiver, or the what's it called?
Quiver of Plenty.
Yes, quiver of plenty. Thank you.
Okay, what are those arrows made out of?
Let me look it up. I thought they were. Let me make sure. Hang on.
Hold on, guys. My mom's calling.
Oh, you're good. It says it can produce magical ammunition. But doesn't say what.
Yeah. How are you on bolts, Blade?
He's okay.
Okay. Because I basically I haven't drawn from it yet. This is like reserved from yesterday. So if you need bolts, I can definitely toss it to you essentially.
Yeah, he still's got enough.
Sorry about that, guys. My mom doesn't normally call at this hour.
That's
so
right.
just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah, so it just says magic. It doesn't really say exactly what, but I'm using basically from the quiver of plenty.
Okay. So Melodia, you would notice that once the arrow strikes, because I'm assuming it's at least a metal tipped arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
That in that section instantly disintegrates upon touching the creature.
The metal part.
Yeah, it does embed itself into the creature, and seem to cause some minimal amount of damage, but then the arrow from protruding, the metal disintegrates and it falls off of the creature.
Okay. I think, yeah, Pantone is going to go down there and you should be at full health. Let me, yeah. He's going to do a attack.
That attack hits.
And add his fire damage. Or actually, no, I don't think that does actual elemental damage. Yeah, no, it looks like it's just piercing.
you sure that doesn't sound right? Um, oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so it deals 9 piercing damage. Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Who wants to go next?
So looking around the cabin, I mean, I'm sort of towards the back of the machine. I forget why I wanted to go yell something up to the people on the roof, but I did. What do I imagine? I mean, I'm kind of trained in like all the tools. What do I imagine I could do to stifle the steam that appears to be coming into the cabin? Can that be done from the inside? Does it be done from the outside? How would
No.
this be repaired?
So it's definitely something that would need to be repaired from the inside. Let me where did that tab go?
Because unfortunately, our magical machine will never run out of gas, so it'll just keep spewing hot steam forever.
Uh, so 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 yeah, it's something that can be repaired from inside. Um,
Do I imagine that there might, well, you might want me to do an investigation check, which I think is fair, but what I would like to do is to figure out, is it worth trying to do something now, or is it just going to take so long that I might as well partake in the fight and then just come in here when it's, 212 degrees and my skin is boiled off my body.
this is not. You don't even need a investigation check to tell that this is something that it cannot be fixed very quickly. It's gonna need, probably a couple of minutes, if not longer.
Okay, well then I would climb up out and onto the roof and fire a blessed flare at whichever of the two creatures is closer and in line of sight.
Okay.
Take that.
Uh, so this one is closer to you, so that's the one, and that is a hit.
And then I would like get out of the way of the hatch so that other people can get out before they have their skin boiled off.
All right. Who would like to go next?
So if Blade manned the bile sprayer, like what would be the potential casualty? Like who would it accidentally hit, and it's the current orientation of the vehicle?
So if everybody is on the roof of the vehicle, then it has a lower chance of hitting anybody.
Okay, so it mostly
But
affects.
I will roll randomly also to see if maybe there's some unexpected,
For sure.
wind or something that might blow some of the acid back.
Yeah.
I mean, Pantone's not on the roof though. He
That's true.
scampered
Pantone
down.
could be caught in it.
Yeah, I'm not up there yet.
And neither Trebek's inside. I doubt you're going to hit us, the ones who are inside.
Never know. Roll a 1.
Yeah, flood the inside with it along with the steam.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right,
Um,
if you hit the ones on the inside, then you're hitting the demon grinder itself, in which case, again, we should just abandon it here and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a good point given the orientation. It is possible that you may include the demon grinder itself in the damage area. The demon grinder is very tough, but it is susceptible to acid damage eventually.
Yeah. Um. Well, I guess I think it would make sense to have people who are in the demon grinder go first. Then, if
Okay.
there's a blowback possibility.
Yeah, still, I think if there's blowback, it's the people on the roof who are going to get acid blown into their face, not the
Or
people
it's
who are
just like
inside.
dripping down into
One way to find out.
happens below.
Yeah, either way, Mike's going to screw us. Just whichever way one we choose. But fine, a Trebek will crawl up onto the roof and he's just going to shoot the rifle of the damned at the nearer one.
Okay. That's a hit.
That's his turn.
Who wants to go next?
All right, I'm gonna climb out and see if I can get. This is at a weird angle, so. If it's within, if I can get to the one. Let's see here. If it's within 15 feet, I'll attack it. But if not, I'll hold my action until it charges and then I'll attack it.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I would say that it's within 15 feet, given, I mean, it's a little bit lower, but it's also a fairly large creature. So,
Okay.
So yeah,
All right. I'm gonna use my unarmed strike. I'm gonna do radiant damage.
okay. So that's a hit.
All right. And second attack.
That is a miss.
And then my last attack, right? Yeah. Bonus action. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 20.
A hit.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm just gonna wait for it to come close. If it's, yeah, just gonna wait.
Okay.
All right. Blade's gonna aim the bile sprayer at this one.
Okay.
Hold up the shoot, which tab is it in? Vehicles. There we go. That roll it? No. Yeah, it did.
Dexterity save. It misses. Or like the creature misses the opportunity to evade the stream. And it doesn't seem like you catch any anticipated area.
Nice. And Blade. Let's see. What's he gonna do? He's going to use the hide action for his bonus action.
Okay.
And he's going to use the skirmisher's cloak. So he like starts to like fade in and out as he starts to blend into the surroundings like a chameleon.
Okay. So what are you using as your obscurement?
I'd imagine that like the
Seat on the bile sprayer is like leopard print.
yeah, I imagine that there's like there's like half cover when you're in that normally. So I would imagine that there's like some obscurement that could provide.
Okay.
Like enough for this to at least work.
Okay.
Do I need to make a stealth check?
Yes. Okay.
Damn.
Well, there you have it.
Sneaky robot.
And that's his turn.
Okay. I think everybody is gone this round.
Yep.
All right. So now and let me ask, does everybody want to continue where you guys are choosing the initiative order, or would you prefer to go by the order?
I think it would be slightly faster if we just went by the order. Didn't seem like our choosing really mattered that
Okay.
much.
Yeah, I'm good either way.
All right. So we'll start using the actual turn order then. So this creature begins to climb up onto the vehicle, and you can tell that it's waving its arms around as if it's like, huh? Yeah, she's chewing a chain. Yeah. Yeah. She misses a chain already. So it begins moving its arms around. Anybody that's trained in nature can give me a nature check right now. Okay. So it doesn't really, Melody, you don't really understand what's going on, but as it climbs up, it seems to sense, or it seems to know where Blade is, even though Blade is invisible, and it goes to strike at Blade with its piercing arms. It will have a disadvantage on the attack, but it seems to know where you are.
Probably because I'm metal, that asshole.
Yeah,
Knew it.
I think that's a fair assessment. So it strikes you twice. So first attack
Well, that's a hit.
and the second attack.
It's a miss.
Um,
But I'm gonna use my reaction for to have the damage.
okay. So this poses an interesting conundrum because you are made of metal. You're not just wielding an object of metal. I should have
So you
checked.
dissolve and die right now.
Uh,
Eh.
so so Blade, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. So you're not going to be affected. You managed to dodge the brunt of the attack, but you still take 6 damage. Uh, and the other one, uh, Melodia, are you wearing any metal?
I don't studded leather armor, so I'm sure it's studded with metal. I'm not sure how much that counts as metal.
Okay. So it's gonna go right, climb up the vehicle, go right past you, and start attacking Trebek, who is wearing.
Does Pantone get an attack of opportunity since he's engaged with it?
It hasn't left Pantone's reach. It's still
Okay.
within Pantone's reach. Um. So it attacks Trebek. Oof. That's a no bueno. So then let's confirm. Well, that's not good for Trebek. So 54. So Trebek takes a level of exhaustion. And and 60 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Oh, he's down then.
Wait, did you say 6-0?
Yes. Um and also Kurt, give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Okay. So his armor is able to withstand the rust monster's touch. I did not realize that Trebek had only 60. Not only 60, but oh, I have on his character sheet that he has 77 hit points.
Oh, it's not what I had in the thing. I don't know if he took damage at some point or what.
Well, it looks like it's out of 60 on his token.
Yeah, I have the same thing going on with Pantone too, by the way.
Yeah, there's two Pantone stat blocks. So maybe, is it this one that looks more right?
He should have 77 HP.
Okay.
I mean, I have it right on his token right now, and the character sheet's good, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is the rust monsters. Melody, you're up. Branded one on deck. Lux in the hole.
Okay, I am going to use my Drake Warden's bow, and I am going to move vertically straight up into the air 30 feet, and then shoot down at the one on blade.
Um, do any of your abilities allow you to avoid attacks of opportunity?
Aren't they both engaged with people, not me?
You're within reach of this one, and also, let me just make sure. Yeah, and the other one as well.
Oh, so I didn't know he could reach through Blade and Lux.
Yeah.
Okay, well that changes my plan. Can I move?
You can also see like in between attacks, each of them with their lower um smaller limbs seem to be using those limbs to kind of dig into the demon grinder's hull and turning portions of the outer hull to rust, and then quickly like bringing them into its mandibles, kind of like a crab.
I can move through a friendly space, right? Like through, past.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't stop in their space, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
definitely
Okay.
move.
Um, if I go like directly north through Trebek, that's just only going to be a single attack of opportunity, or would that be both?
No, both.
It's still both. Okay. Shit. Okay, I am going to use this Unseen Warrior. So as a bonus action, I become invisible.
Okay.
And then I will just normal move out of there. Is there just how high is the demon grinder again? Like, do I need to make an acrobatics check to get off or anything? Or
Demon Grinder is at least 15 feet tall.
okay, uh, so like, can I get here with 30 feet of movement?
Uh, yeah, and you also have your bow that'll.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I
Five.
have the slow fall. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I will get. I'll get right here, and then that is Melodia's turn. Hand tone, I need to roll a
Well,
ferocity.
wait a minute, because that's your bonus action, and you did a
But
move action. You still get an action.
oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot that took my spot. Yeah, I will shoot at the same one I was shot before that one.
Okay. Miss.
Okay. Um, then shit. Okay. Pantone gains.
D4.
Ferocity for Pantone.
Oh, you have another attack.
Oh, okay. I thought that. Sorry, I'm getting it. Isn't there something I don't I command Pantone with a bonus?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's a free action. to command
Okay.
Pantone. If it were a bonus action, then you couldn't command Pantone because use a bonus action to make yourself invisible.
Got it. Okay. There's my second attack, but
Unfortunately, that
miss.
second. Wait a minute. Okay, no, the second attack is you did it another time beyond, but the 17 hits.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. And that's fire damage as well. But I know it's a
Okay,
metal.
it's fire. It does not seem to. The fire damage doesn't seem to have any effect on it.
Yeah, it's the same element as Pantone.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're doing? Any points you want to use to do extra things?
Right now, no. I'm just gonna have Pantone do another attack, and then that's it.
Okay. That's a hit. Pantone is
Okay.
being very effective.
And that is my turn.
All right. Branded one, you're up. Lux on deck. Trebek in the hole.
So branded one, I am slight deviation from the order. I'm just going to go for me and Trebek, since Trebek's thing is simple this round. But branded one is going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And so on their turn, that'll have an effect. And Trebek is going to disengage and fly up into the air so that he
Okay.
isn't killed because he's wearing juicy metal. So I don't know how, I don't even really remember what his fly speed is, but he'll trying to get out of the creature's reach. He'll fly as high as he can.
Okay. All right. Lux, you're up. Blade on deck. Monster in the hole.
All right. I will continue to hit the one that I attacked before. Not with a 12. How about a 28?
That hits.
And I'll do a stunning strike,
Yeah.
which I should have done last time. Oh well. Shoot.
Save.
I believe he passed. Yep. And one more attack.
That's a hit.
All right. And I'll do another stunning strike. And he passed again. Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Blade,
And
you're up.
that's radiant
Monsters on
damage.
deck. Melodia in the hole.
So Blade is concealed, invisible ish. If he moves away from the creature, will he suffer from an attack of opportunity, or would he be able to move away without that?
So, because these things have iron scent, they can pinpoint you by location. So while they're gonna have disadvantage on any attacks that they make against you, they notice you well enough to know where you are and to make attacks of opportunity.
Okay. I was afraid of that. He's gonna disengage. Use his bonus action to disengage and to try to move kind of up the cliff. thing
It's not
here.
really a cliff. It's even with the ground.
He's gonna move this direction just to get away.
Okay. Do you have a way to reduce the fall damage? Because it's about 15 feet up. Well, actually, the um vehicle is tilted downwards in that direction, so you could probably actually just run that way.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd have to, like, I think he'd just climb down on the
Yeah,
outside.
you don't have a problem with that because of the angle of the vehicle into the sinkhole.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna move his movement speed. Here. Here. And then he will pull out his crossbow and fire one of the silver bolts at it. Which will disintegrate, but you know, silver, maybe. You never know. Here we go. That doesn't hit. That's his turn.
Okay. Now it's monsters. So what's the
The wisdom save.
DC?
17.
Both fail.
Why is it not rolling? I'm not rolling well tonight.
What is the 6?
It
Oh.
is 3d8.
I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Right. Brutal. I wish more classes had like the meta magic option to like re-roll damage die.
All right. So not wanting his tasty treat to get away, the creature begins moving, and it moves past the branded one. And Lux, you can take an attack of opportunity.
I will.
You don't have sentinel feet, do you?
No. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Uh,
and then branded one and Trebek, both of you can take attacks of opportunity.
So Trebek would have had the rifle of the damned in his hands. He also flew up, so he is.
Oh, that's right.
And branded one wouldn't have any melee weapons in his hand.
Okay. So because it moved 15 feet, it is using its deadly charge ability on you. So you need a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Ah, nice.
All right, go ahead and roll again to confirm. is confirmed. Go ahead and roll the critical success.
95, that's good for something.
Target takes triple max damage. So, how do you imagine Blade, what it looks like as Blade avoids this thing's attack?
Taking Melodia and putting him in front of it.
No, not quite. So, I'm imagining this as like, I like playing a lot of Breath of the Wild where you're fighting Lionels and you have to like wait till the right moment to like jump out the side and like you're just like jumping over their blades. Like I imagine like this creature is charging with its like arms extended out and Blade like deftly just like jumps right over it. It performs a tuck and roll as it kind of scoots past.
Okay. So where do you imagine Blade has repositioned himself? If anywhere.
Well, I'd imagine that like that he would like go a little past him, and so Blade kind of is facing his back, and or at least its side.
Okay.
So it's kind of he has some advantageous position on it.
Okay. So the creature had another 5 feet of movement, considering that it's difficult terrain because its speed is actually 60. So it could have been there, and you can place Blade behind the creature if you want, and you can make an attack that includes your sneak attack damage.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna use his Sword of the Destroyer. It just flips out and then he just jams it right into him.
Okay, that's a hit.
I did not roll sneak attack, so let me add that. But of course, since it's a metal thing, I'm jamming my metal sword into it. Well, it's magical, so maybe
but it's still, there's this. So your weapon does need to make a dexterity saving throw. You get advantage because it's magic.
Okay. Just made it.
Well, you have advantage, so you made
Oh,
it by a lot.
Yeah, that's right. So I imagine like he jams it in and then like just quickly like just rips it out after kind of realizing that was not a great idea.
All right. And then this one, since it can't reach Trebek, Branded one, do you have any metal on you? And Lux, do you have any metal on you?
I'm sure I have some metal on me. So I have, yeah, I mean, I have like little bits of metal. I have the ring of anti-magic fields. I'm apparently, okay, Ewan's prosthetic arm is inside the demon grinder. I don't remember if the armband of Lilith was metal or not.
So it doesn't sound like you have as much metal as Lux, because Lux, you have that adamantine bow staff, right?
Right, yeah.
Is there any other metals that you're carrying?
I have a hooded lantern.
I have the silver branding iron. and a dagger.
Okay. I think it's probably gonna go after Lux because adamantine is the tastiest of metals. So it's gonna attack you, Lux. So first attack. And then make a dexterity save for the adamantine bow staff. Okay, so that's fine. And then second attack and another save. You're good with that. And that's their turn. Melodia is up, branded one on deck, Lux in the hole.
Okay, I think I think we said I can use an action points to quickly change the elements Pantone, right? Those
Yeah.
one action point. Okay. I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna shift that to ice.
Okay.
Um and of course this thing's right on top of me again. Shoot my bow at close range, it's disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna disengage for my turn.
Okay.
Okay, and then Pantone is gonna roll again for ferocity. Good. And then he is going to do a spit breath attack.
So because he's doing it in melee range,
Oh, yeah,
it's at
shit, okay.
disadvantage.
Okay. Well, that's I said that I was going to do, and that's what I'm doing. So, okay.
All right. Well, roll it again to confirm the crit fail.
Just roll the attack again.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not a crit fail, but it is a miss.
Does the ferocity still dissipate from that, right? The two?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is my turn.
All right. Branded one and Trebek is up. Lux on deck, blade in the hole.
So I'm going to step off the front of the machine to there. And then I'm going to cast an empowered Blessed Flare at the one that's closer to Blade.
All right, that's a hit.
Uh, 22.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
And what about Trebek?
Trebek could go, sure. He is going to fire the rifle again at the one near Blade as well.
That's a hit.
Nice.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Lux is up. Blade on deck, monsters in the hole.
Okay. Attack number 1. Boom, yeah.
It's a hit.
And I'll use stunning strike again.
It's stunned.
Alright. I will hit it again. Oh, thank God I have advantage.
Yep.
How does it look?
It's looking pretty damaged. You can see cracks in his carapace and it's like some kind of fluid leaking out from the cracks.
All right, and my final attack.
Right. It's a hit.
Well, it's radiant. Okay.
All right. Blade, you're up. Monsters on deck. Melody in the hole.
Mm. Well, I think Blade is going to use this. Is going to use his bonus action disengage again and run back to the back onto the onto back onto
Demon Grinder.
the demon grinder. Yeah, back onto the demon grinder. Would he be in a position based off of the angle of the demon grinder to use either the Behir Fang or the Behir Fang or the bile sprayer and like aim it at particularly this one?
The bile sprayer, you're definitely gonna catch the branded one in that path. And Bahir Fang.
I mean, it's like a metal creature, so I don't know if it would conduct it.
I think that the Bahir Fang would be too dangerous to operate because it's right up next to this guy.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, then he'll just take a shot with his crossbow.
Okay.
Probably a miss.
It is a miss.
Yeah. And that'll be his turn.
Also, I don't know that they're made of metal. That would be like, it just reminds me of a conversation about two guys discussing if they were made of donuts, how they could not stop themselves from just eating themselves.
That's like Pizza the Hut. Space.
So they have to make another save from the Spirit Guardians.
Both fail. All right. And both of them see the writing on the wall, and they begin turning tail. So this one is 10, 20, and then that puts him outside of Spirit Guardians, and then he's just gonna book it.
Yeah. Showed you. Don't you come back here.
This one is also going to book it, so
That one's stunned.
oh, that one is stunned, so it can't book it. It wants to book it though. So that's their turn. Melodia, you're up. Branded one on deck. Lux in the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that is still here. There it is. I'm gonna do ensnaring strike on it.
Okay. So, you have to make a weapon attack now.
Yep.
Roll
Nice.
for, to confirm. That's confirmed. Roll the percentile. Target is blinded until it's magically healed.
Luckily, it can still smell blade.
Yeah.
So you shoot this thing with the arrow, causing these thorned vines to wrap around it from the points of impact that ensnare the creature and begin to squeeze and crush, and you can see that its carapace begins to crack under the pressure until it finally gives way, releasing gallons of just gore as the insides become outside.
Nice. Very graphic.
That's all I know. All right, so we are out of rounds.
So as this finishes, I'm gonna take a action, if you will, and I'm gonna fly 30 feet up in the air and just do like a quick 360 looking around, seeing if there's anything else coming that I should be ready, that we should be ready for. Or sorry, I guess let me ask, how far, how tall is the ceiling in this place, the thing that we fell into?
3 stories.
Okay, okay, yeah. So I'll just go up 30 feet and just do a quick look around really quick, and then float back down.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing's moving.
Okay.
By the time your flight fails and you fall back to the ground.
Okay. I head back to the group and I say, okay, we're good for at least a little bit. So anyone have any ideas how to get this thing moving or repaired? It's making a lot of bad hissing sounds from the outside, but I can't imagine what the inside is.
I mean, so walking to the back again and flipping open the hatch, how hot is it inside now?
Hot enough that even those with fire resistance would find it difficult to be in there for longer than any appreciable amount of time.
I could probably repair it, but I would burn alive inside there, so I won't be repairing it. Even if we did repair it, we can't get it out of this hole.
It seems our best bet is to climb and continue on foot. Blade's gonna look around. Does he see? So, like, a lot of the trees were like 3 stories or
The
3 to 4
canopy-
stories.
The canopy starts at about 3 stories.
Yeah. So there are there trees in the sinkhole? Is it like one of those sinkholes where there's like a biome here?
Give me an investigation check to see what you can see about the hole.
Okay.
I use a healer's kit on Trebek.
Okay. So Blade, what you notice is you can actually squeeze into the hole, and you notice that you can't say what it is from the outside, but there's certainly something that piques your interest. You're not exactly sure what, but you get the sense that it might be worthwhile to do a closer examination, but you have to kind of squeeze past the demon grinder to get into the sinkhole.
Oh, so there's like a sinkhole here, like that the demon grinder is stuck in.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I had that visual wrong. I thought we fell into a sinkhole and we had to climb 3 stories up. Not that.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought this was a hole that we just like went into type thing, and we're like underground,
No,
like a
more
cave.
like when you think about okay, the scene from Ghostbusters where all the streets
Yeah, got
start
it.
caving in.
Okay.
More like that.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so that question was in the spirit of we are in this hole and we have to get out. But now that we're not in that hole, Blade would say we should take I can is there anything we should retrieve from inside? I can run in very quickly.
Well, we have that cursed cabinet of horrible things. I don't even know what's really in there, but I'm not sure how well it'd be falling into someone else's hands.
It's not much we can do about
Yeah.
some of the stuff that's in there. We don't want to carry the bone staff of evil from the Zorn. I don't know that we need Ewan's prosthetic arm yet.
You know, as soon as we don't take it, we're going to need it, though.
It might not survive. It might not survive for much longer. Based on
And then there were various other things in there. We had there was a heavy sickle. I don't know if that was magical or not, but I know we threw it in the box. There were magical kopeshes that were in the box, but I don't think we'll need those.
I just want to make sure there's nothing that we desperately need in there.
or if there's something that would be useful. So like Blade has fire resistance. So even though it's very hot, even for people with fire resistance, I'd imagine that if there was like a focused item or two that he needed to like he could get in, he might be able to like manage that just to like run in, get a couple things and then get out.
So it is you just by entering you'll take fire damage. And also because of the steam, it is difficult to see in the cabin as well. It's kind of like fogged up.
I knew I should have taken the fan appendage.
You had to get the love handles though.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're storing anything in there that we use regularly.
That is fair. So it will just be a pretty penny for whoever can stand the heat. Shall we continue on foot as he kind of like points the like trying to figure out the direction that we need to go. Kind of look.
I walk up. Yeah, I walk up to Blade and take his hand. I move with like a little bit to the left, or like that way. That way is the way we need to go.
That way. Perfect. My instincts were always right.
We have no other course, so I think we should continue.
Off we go.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Man.
Melodia message coming your way.
I don't like your messages though.
Too bad.
You don't have to read it.
I've seen your message.
All right.
As we start walking, I stop everyone. I'm like, I think I hear something still in the demon grinder. It sounds like something's still in there, like knocking or alive or scratching or in there.
Prakash.
Walla
Either
Walla.
that or Walla Walla.
Oh, so
Walla
there's, yeah, nothing's in there then.
Well, Lux, didn't you have your little friend? Isn't that?
Oh, he's always with me. That's what we could do. We could jam Walla Walla in the hole. Block the steam.
Is the back of the hatch like open?
I mean,
For
I
the
opened the
demon
hatch
grinder?
on
Yeah.
on the roof.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm just gonna go back and try to like look in, get as close as I can without taking any damage, and try to see if I can see anything. Maybe call out. Is anyone in there? Hello?
So there's no way that you can actually see into the vehicle from the outside.
Okay.
You would need to actually physically open.
I mean, I can use another action point and go back to fire, and then I at least have fire resistance. But I mean, Blade, you have fire resistance? I'm not going to tell you to go in though.
If it is Walla Walla, it is worth it. It was Solomon's dying wish that he never made, that it should be cared for. And I could not idly sit by and watch Walla Walla turn into steamed koala.
Well, I can tell you I heard something. I don't know what, but something's in there.
Where's Takosh? He like does the head count. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ding, ding, ding. Level up.
Yeah, Blade will open up the hatch.
Okay. So as you open as you open the door, steam springs out. Blistering steam. Even with your metal hide and your resistance to fire damage, you can feel it burning you. And from within that jet of stream that emerges, something launches itself through the air, grabbing your face and wrapping itself around you, gripping tight. Everybody else can see Walla Walla face hugging Blade, but this is not the Walla Walla you remember, because Walla Walla has blades coming out of his fingers that look like they're not just blades, but blades that are red hot, white hot even, and his teeth are also white hot, and he begins clawing and biting at Vegnok's or Blade's face.
All right, cool. Roll initiative. Oh.
Vegna or you got me. A Blade is going to like, try to like get it off of me, and like try to like pull try to peel him off, and like throw him put him on or put him on the ground in a gentle but firm manner.
Give me an athletics check. So, despite having a firm grasp on Walla Walla and feeling like you're getting close to pulling him off, he has like an adrenaline surge of strength and just pulls tighter, and continues to claw and bite at you, in with superheated fangs that pierce through your metal quite easily. No actual statistical HP damage, but definitely potentially scarring. And after a few more moments, it leaps from your face and runs into the wilderness with a speed that you would never have expected from Walla Walla.
Imagine he turns to Melodia and he's just got like a hole in his head, just like teeth marks. Well, I didn't expect that.
That's I'm sorry.
Well,
I think if he wants to find us, he'll find us.
Somehow I can't help but feel that this is what Solomon would have wanted. For Walla Walla to be free.
So I
that honestly, is definitely not what Solomon wanted. Walla Walla wanted to be free the whole time. Walla Walla was very clear about that.
Blade's just lying to himself to make himself feel better for failing to keep him captured.
So I might be wrong. I think this might be the first time I've ever encountered Walla Walla. Who is Walla Walla?
Walla Walla was a koala that Solomon spent way too much money buying just because he really wanted a pet.
Okay.
And it was a breeder or like an animal like keeper that
Exotic animals, yeah.
all of them were incredibly exotic animals like dragons and like all these different things. And then there's just one koala sitting there.
Okay.
Solomon had to have
Right. And the moment he got him, Walla Walla just kept trying, like clawing at Solomon to get away. But Solomon loved him too much.
Okay. Explains a lot. Okay.
It's probably good that Solomon died when he did and didn't have to live long enough to get syphilis. Or is it chlamydia? One of
It's
them.
It's
chlamydia.
chlamydia, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Might as well continue on.
before we go, like, calling into the jet of hot air, Blade will go, Takash?
Yeah, I imagine Takash comes out like naked with a towel around his neck.
Um,
Or is he in
yeah.
mallet space?
Takash, he as you're kind of looking into the steam, trying to avoid getting hit by the jet of steam emerging from the vehicle, you hear a voice coming from somewhere over here, going, "Oh, hey guys," and it's Takash.
Good. You are alive. I feared the worst after you didn't help us at all. But no matter. We have plenty of forest to trek through. We will be on foot.
In that minute, he was taking a whiz. How big is the bile sprayer?
Uh, it's quite big. I mean, it's basically the kind of gun that has to be on a turret.
Like anti-aircraft gun?
Huh?
An anti-aircraft gun?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's no chance with some action points we can dismantle it and put it on Blade? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, is that in the realm of possibility? Would that be like would that be like a burden? Would he be slowed, encumbered?
Oh, absolutely. It would be like strapping like 200 pounds to you.
What are we pulling?
That's not gonna happen.
I mean, you know,
I can try to get
other
Pantone
things
to
that
help.
be addressed, or maybe there's other things that you could do to salvage the weapons.
I don't think we should do anything that's going to slow us down any further. Dismantling this and trying to carry it is going to keep us from getting to our actual objective. And once we get to this cave, we have to get hundreds of miles to the south. So, and we only have like 4 days to do it. So we require a miracle.
Already.
So I guess now that talked it through. Since we're relying on a miracle anyway, might as well strap a gun to Blade.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I do not think I will be able to carry it.
Not with that attitude.
So I will say that you guys, one thing to consider is that it is very late at night right now. Because after the vehicle had crashed, I believe that you guys were going to attempt to do a long rest, which is when the um, rust monsters attacked. So they interrupted your long rest. So you're actually still, I mean, you're getting into the second day of your travels from the Sibriax. So you have still a week before uh, the um, uh, the the eclipse of Irie.
Plenty of time. We could just kick back and relax.
Yeah. Do we have, is it, I guess, nobody's got the sending, do they?
No.
So we can't call triple N.
Triple F.
Right.
You guys remember the days when you could just use a token to go to Master Hawkins's, visit Talos' garage?
Those were the days. But I think we should just continue.
And since we can't rest in the demon grinder, I would rather be a distance away from it in case more of those creatures show up, or the one that got away comes back. It can devour what's left of the vehicle. That's fine, as long as we're not here.
Question. Who has resistance to fire?
Blade.
I will when I change elements back to fire for Pantone, but currently I don't.
And not Trebek, so he's almost certainly going to be dumping the adamantine armor just to avoid the hourly heat stroke checks.
Yeah, so that is the concern if you're not using the demon grinder to travel, is that those who do not have resistance to fire damage are
Oh, okay.
vulnerable to potential exhaustion, because that check does happen every hour. And also your water intake doubles.
So I thought it was only people who were wearing like medium or heavy armor.
So those individuals will have disadvantage on their
Okay.
checks, I'm pretty sure. Here, let me bring up the actual mechanic.
So either way, yeah, Trebek's gonna take off Solomon's armor and just leave it behind with the demon grinder.
Ooh, okay. So I misread actually it's a DC 10 Constitution saving throw at the start of every hour, or risk a level of exhaustion. Creatures that are resistant to fire damage have advantage on that save, and creatures immune to fire automatically succeed.
Ah, okay.
Wait a minute. I feel like there's different.
Do we have purified food or water or whatever? No.
I have created food and water.
Okay.
Okay, actually, so I have two different mechanics in two different places. So,
Whichever one is most advantageous for us, we'll use that one.
so it's DC is 5 for the first hour. The DC increases by 1 each additional hour after that. Creatures wearing medium or heavy armor or who are clad in heavy clothing have disadvantage on the saving throw. Creatures with resistance or immunity to fire damage automatically succeed the saving throw, as do creatures naturally adapted to hot climates.
So it starts out at 5 and it goes up by 1 every hour.
Yes.
Okay, so then at some point it becomes physically impossible for me to make that save. Because after 20 hours, the DC is going to be 25. And at that point, it's just a level of exhaustion every hour. So I have 26 hours to live. Hopefully, we can wrap this campaign up in the next 26 game hours.
Well, if we can find a cool place to beat the heat, maybe it would, and we were able to rest there, maybe it would reset it back to 5.
I point out 26 hours is me being extremely optimistic because it assumes I make
Right.
every save until then.
Correct. Yeah, I would assume you'd have less.
That's the upper bound.
In which case, I wouldn't even suggest we try to rest. We should just keep going. Blade is the only one, apparently, and possibly Melodia, who could survive more than a day.
Yeah, I still have 1 action point, so I can flip that over right now, and I'll be good. But that
I
doesn't
don't
help
I
you.
don't know if I don't know if Takash has fire resistance.
He doesn't, but his armor uh gives him the perfect coolness to his undercarriage.
Oh, then maybe resting would be useful for 3 of you.
I mean, I'm out of spells, but that doesn't mean much. I mean, I have 2 spells, so not that I'm a caster. So besides that, I'm fine with keeping on going, but I don't know about
Well, we
everyone
should
else.
at least move some distance away from this vehicle, like I said.
Yeah, 100%. Well, regardless, Hawk, I'm gonna use my last action point and convert back over to fire.
Okay. Um, and Lux, you don't have any resistance to fire? I thought you did.
Yeah, I do, Marar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
So it's just
only the
Trebek and me who die.
yeah.
But Trebek's probably going to go first because he has a worse constitution than me and already has a level of exhaustion.
Um, so
I think we should
you
keep.
guys are choosing to leave the vehicle. So what is the plan from there? To just walk
Walk.
the
Yep.
okay.
I mean, we could stay and repair the vehicle, but we still can't get it out of the sinkhole. So this could be Trebek and my new home. We'll live here until the rust monsters eat it. We will live here.
Okay. Um, so you guys begin walking. Um, so you've foregone a long rest, so everybody is starting to feel the weight of fatigue beginning to close in. Not necessarily, any risk of exhaustion for forgoing the long rest, but it's definitely doesn't it's not comfortable to continue pressing and staying awake longer than you're used to. As let's see, 1 second. So Melodia, um, you you see that in the shadows beyond where your sight um goes, that you see what looks to be creatures that may be watching you, may even be tracking you. Additionally, uh, without the demon grinder, um, you need some kind of light source because there is no real light coming down from the canopy because of the solid mass. So the branded one, I imagine, would be creating the source of light. So in the shadows beyond that 60 feet, Melode, you see creatures kind of going in and out. You see the glare of eyes that shimmer into existence only to disappear when you try to focus on them.
And I now understand how all the creatures got impaled on these spikes flying around in the dark. Oh, they hit a tree branch.
Yeah, I'm keeping my bow out, not drawn, just like sort of at the ready, just as like almost like on a hunt, like just sort of walking sort of down low, just sort of leading the way, I guess. Trying to navigate through the spiked trees and holding up every once in a while when I see something maybe a little too not fluttering away or running away, that's just holding its ground. But yeah, until I get like great eyes or something just like sits and confronts us, I'm not really gonna bring it up, I don't think.
Okay.
Just a quick clarification. The
That's fantastic.
is the Fernia, like I thought the day night cycle in Fernia didn't really like the light.
Yeah, but
Really change.
we're under the canopy though, so like it's like blocking out whatever sun there is or ambient light, I think.
Yeah.
But like I thought it didn't really change, like it was just as dim during the day as it is at night. So even if we're under the canopy, it's like, oh, because the canopy gets denser the further we go.
Well, not denser the further you go, but I mean the canopy.
Denser than it was when we entered the forest, because we could still see for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like woven together like really, really tight. Like I think we could potentially walk across it if we were up on top of it.
Right.
It'd probably be challenging, but it's like that dense, I think.
Okay. Sorry, I was just wondering.
No, yeah, and it's a good thing to wonder because you're absolutely right. For the entirety of this campaign previously, light wasn't really an issue.
Well, and that this could be really stupid. That probably is an option if we need to. We could probably get up with all the spikes. That probably makes decent handholds to get up. I don't know if it's going to behoove us, but at least we can all see and probably have better line of sight potentially.
I will say this. If the canopy is woven tightly enough to block out this much light, it's unlikely that you would find any opening large enough for a person to get through to the top.
I forgot that we don't have the acid thing. Yeah. Never mind.
Um, so, branded one, give me your first check.
Correct, made it.
Okay.
Great, just like 25 more and you're good.
So because of that, you won't need to make the check for 3 hours.
Okay,
But Trebek needs to make it.
that was Trebek. I was second.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were confirming. So roll Trebek's again. Okay, so he succeeded. So he's not going to need to make another check for 3 hours. But branded one you will. So I need to now keep track. And one and back. So he's not gonna need to make the check for 3 hours, but after that time passes, it will still be going up. The DC will be continuing to go up and climb anyways. Um, so further still, you guys walk through this dense steel forest. Um, And Melodia, this time, as you are keeping your eyes peeled in the distance, you see the cracked carapace of one of those creatures that you just fought, glinting in the light as uh and as you turn to get a better look, it has skittered away out of out of sight.
Cracked like damaged or cracked like a chunk of it?
No, cracked like a damaged carapace.
Okay. Um, I tell everyone, hey, guys, I think we might have found the monster that escaped. Can I do like can I like look for tracks on the ground? Is it like a nature check
Um,
Survival usually.
or survival?
yeah. What is it that you're looking for?
Um, I guess I'm trying to see um if I'm trying to see if these tracks, basically if we're following the tracks of this creature that I just caught out of the corner of my eye. Um, making seeing if we're on like essentially, I don't know if there's game trails in this forest, but essentially along those lines. Is this like a sort of game trail highway of all these creatures, or is this more like this thing is sort of leading us or tracking us or something along those lines?
So it's there's no real pattern to the tracks that you see. There are certainly different tracks of creatures that kind of sparsely uh, line the floor. Um, the ground is covered in ash, although it is not as deep here it is as it is in other areas of Fernia. Um, and there are actually some places where the ground is hard and the ash doesn't really cover the ground. It's more stone or sometimes even obsidian that you can see. Um, but no real pattern in terms of creature that you can identify. You do see tracks that align with the creature that you fought, but whether that's the specific creature that you fought or
Yeah.
just others of its kind, it's hard to tell.
Okay. But yeah, I tell everyone might have found our friend that escaped. If not, might be another one of them. So everyone get ready.
And Melodia, can you post your um ranger abilities, the
Yep.
the wilderness stuff from first level.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, the National Explorer. So difficult terrain doesn't slow your guys' travel. Okay. So this actually raises some good points because you had a number of foodstuffs that you were carrying with you on the demon grinder, as well as a good bit of water, and you didn't have as much water usage as you need now, particularly branded one and Trebek. So everybody else has normal water usage. I think it's 2 water skins worth of water per day. So branded one and Trebek would need 4. So how are you guys going to be taking care of food and water?
I have great food and water prepared.
Okay.
Yeah. And Blade's gonna forgo his rations forever.
Yeah. Okay. And how much does create food and water? How much water does it create? Okay, 30 gallons of water. Um, so, um, Melodia and Pantone each need 2 gallons of water. So that's 4. Lux needs 2 gallons of water, so 6. Takash needs 2 gallons of water, so that's 8. Um, branded one and Trebek need 8 together, so that's 16 gallons of water. So you need 16 gallons of water per day to meet your needs as you guys travel on foot. What containers do you have available to hold 16 gallons of water?
I like the concept that we're filling the rifle with the dam with water. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's the way I'm viewing it.
I mean, Blade, I guess I do have a water skin in my
I have 10 water skins
Ah,
that I bought because I knew I was going to have to carry a lot of water at some point.
How much does a water skin carry, hold?
Like you said, I think I need 4 a day for me.
it holds 4 pints. So a gallon. 2 pints and half gallon.
Gallon.
No, 4 quarts. 4 quarts is a gallon.
4 pints
So
is
it's like
half a gallon, a little bit
half a
more than
gallon.
half a gallon.
Yeah.
So two water skins makes 1 gallon. So 4 water skins would make 2 gallons. 8 water skins would make 4 gallons. So you would need 8 water skins just for you for the
Okay,
traveling day.
okay. So enough for me, and everyone else, you're on your own. My other 2 water skins I will reserve for Trebek, even though he's doomed as well.
no, I mean, you can create food or water. Takash can't, so he needs to give up his armor and give it to you.
Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting conversation when Tony gets back.
Right.
Who's a bit more valuable to the party, the branded one or Takash?
Well, I mean, once I die, you guys are without light or food.
Exactly. So you're not going to die. So that's why you're getting the armor.
But wait, that also makes it interesting because the branded one is not proficient in heavy armor. So
Right, I'd have to
not
take it off every hour to cast light. But
Well, after we kill Tony's character, you might level up, and then you
That's
take
true.
that feat.
I'm assuming there's I know this is pretty obvious, but I just have to ask. I'm assuming there's no water to be found here, correct? In this plane in Fernia, like it's not just it's Fernia,
almost
right?
certainly not.
Yeah, I figured as much. I just wanted I had that this, and I just wanted to make sure because it offers I can find water if it's available, but I'm assuming it's not available.
Yeah. You could potentially find food in terms of game. You haven't really seen any vegetation that wasn't made of metal.
Yeah, okay.
So we have the 8 water skins needed for Kurt or the branded one, and the branded one has 2 extra. So what about the rest of you? Do you guys have water skins?
Blade has a water skin. He
Okay.
will give it to whoever has the least amount of water skins.
I have 2.
Okay. Because everybody needs 2 gallons of water, which would be 4 water skins for the day.
You're muted, Frank, if you're.
Yeah, unless my backpack's watertight, and then we can fill that up. But I doubt that is.
Yeah, unlikely.
Do we still have all the potions of excellence bottles that we drank from for that one round? Because that's we could just reseal those.
That's like 6 ounces.
It adds
Well,
up.
wait, so they're actually they're made of Pepsi bottles. So what's a Pepsi bottle, like 12 ounces?
I mean, technically, all the potion vials that we've used, I don't know if we're hanging on to those, but I mean, those are all containers.
All right, so a Pepsi bottle is 20 ounces. But normal potion vials are like 4 to 6 ounces of liquid.
like the little airplane bottles of Pepsi.
Yeah. So you guys are beginning to realize as you continue to walk through the forest, the logistical issues that you hadn't considered as the reality hits you that you are now traveling on foot over land in an incredibly inhospitable land. So how do you guys want to like make a little camp to try and prepare? Do you want to just ignore it and push through it as best you can?
Making a little camp is just death. We could sit around and discuss how we don't have enough water skins. Like it's not going to make a water skin appear. So better to keep moving. Maybe we'll find some solution. Sitting around is not going to solve anything. That said, Trebek and I were sort of traveling with a group on our own initially, like without any sort of vehicle. I would imagine Trebek also would have had at least enough water skins for himself. I
Yeah,
didn't write out all of his like mundane equipment.
that's
but
sort of where I am, is being like out in the forest for months on end, traveling on foot. I would assume I would have more than one water skin, but that's all my character sheet has listed. So that's what I'm going to go by. But
I mean,
So actually,
these could be super fat water skins where like, your standard water skins are 4 pints, but these are a gallon.
Trebek doesn't need water because he has the Ring of Bounty. And realizing this, he actually removes the ring from his finger and hands it to the branded one, saying, "You need this more than I do."
So we look over and the branded one's just got the water out and he's just pouring it over his head.
I mean, I will take it because I don't disagree that I need it. And I will trade him 8 water skins for it.
Um, um, so Trebek, kind of seeing the writing on the wall and knowing that he may not be able to survive the heat, he also starts uh he offers up Heaven's Fall and the Helm of Comprehend Languages, and asks if would anybody find either of these useful.
I think we can decide about giving away all of your worldly possessions after we've actually failed and you've passed on. Even with the ring, that doesn't necessarily stop me from succumbing to the heat. So it may be that this is divvying up the stuff is a bigger task. For now, we should press on. We may yet find a solution to this problem.
Just do not give it despair.
We have run across other who were driving around in their own infernal war machines. All we have to do is chance upon one, kill them all, and take their machine.
Well, I certainly hope
I trust that the
opportunity
Silver Flame
arises.
will provide for us both.
So since you guys don't have enough water skins to fill for everybody's needs, because you would need 4 for each person. So one for which would be Melodia, Pantone, Lux, and Takash. So that's 16 water skins right there. You have 10 from the branded one, 2 from Lux, 2 from Melodia, or what was the number that you guys had, Lux and Melodia?
I'm sorry.
Water skins?
I have 1 currently.
Okay.
Well, you can have 2, because Blade had 1, but has no need of 1.
Okay, so that's 12 water skins total. And then Lux, how many did you have?
2.
So 14. So you're short 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16. So you're short 2 if you assume that Trebek is not going to drink at all.
I mean, technically, we can, whenever I cast Great Food and Water, we can flip over the Helm of Comprehend Languages, fill it, and somebody could just drink all of the water in the helm right then and there, rather than carry it around with us. Save the water skids for the, later in the day.
Okay, I would say that's worth water skins, worth of water. And
I don't know if Takash has a helmet. That might be another one.
he's got full plate, which usually includes a helm. So I would say that's another water skin's worth. Um,
The shame that Blade doesn't have any reservoirs or holding tanks.
Internal keg.
We don't want to, yeah, we don't really want to drink from the internal reservoir of Blade.
Oh, you just cleaned it. It's a little oily, but
so another hour has passed. So Brandon one, give me a Constitution save. DC 6. Passed. So you guys continue walking. You hear noises out in the distance beyond the light. So if at times you hear a yawping type sound, like you also hear a couple of very low growls. And occasionally, uh, uh, which you recognize as Walla Walla's call.
it's Walla Walla's call.
There is a unique call that you hear that you've only heard from Walla Walla. So maybe Walla Walla's family is out in this forest.
Whenever Blade would hear that, he'd tense up. As he's bracing to get clawed and bitten at again.
And as you guys are walking, Lux, your little companion creature, crawls up your back and starts sitting on your shoulder and kind of seems to be shivering.
Okay.
Trembling.
All right.
I'm trying to look something up real quick since I was not expecting you guys to take this path. Actually, let's take a 5-minute break.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, a lot has happened despite the broadcast not having picked it up. Just for any viewers at home, yeah, a lot of action. Bet you wish you missed it or didn't
Tough
miss
break, Tony, but we appreciate the level up. Thank you.
Yep.
I mean, I forget exactly when we took the break, but we were walking through the dark and we started to get attacked.
Yeah, with
And-
needles in the neck that were paralyzing
Yeah,
us.
Right. That caused massive damage to Pantone.
Yeah, 60 points of damage to Pantone.
Yeah.
And with a crit fail, but
right.
and
A little
then
bit of damage to Trebek after he got paralyzed.
and we could not track this thing for the life of us, dipping in and out of shadows. And then
Right. We still have no way to know what's attacking us or where
Yeah.
they are.
it
Or how
tried
to
to
defend ourselves.
tried to essentially roped me up into a tree, and then luckily got out of there. And we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna keep on walking. We can't find this thing, so we're just gonna ignore it and keep on going. That's basically what happened.
Yep. Good.
And Blade did some awesome stealthing.
Hasn't paid off yet, but it
Right.
just might.
But for the record, he is essentially under greater invisibility
Yeah.
for some unspecified period of time. I mean, nothing will attacking doesn't break it, so maybe forever. Who knows?
Yeah. Forever invisible.
Trebek is waiting to shoot somebody if they appear.
Really trigger happy.
So just wait for Tony to be here next session. Pikash, blam!